Okay, stage 7, the second last stage in the game, and what I consider to be the hardest stage in the whole game. It's absolutely punishing. This bit's not so bad, but the section after this, it's another lift stage, and it's a real trial. It's basically the game's way of trying to, strip down your lives before the last stage. So you have to be so careful. Right, so pretty usual stuff. I mean, you should be used to this kind of stuff by now. Just knee drop the Donovans in the chest. The Galcias are still really simple, and more fat guys. And these guys are again difficultly spiked to hell. So just dodge around the fire. Just try and get them together, and if you can, and just ground upward through them. If you can't do that, just try and isolate them if you can. So yeah, health is rare on this stage. Again, there's one chicken and that apple. So you need to be very, very careful. There's also an extra life here, so if you're struggling, you can pick it up. I'll show you it later on. And what I just did there, I just ground upward through that flame. I wouldn't recommend doing that because the window's really small. I was just very, very, very lucky to do it. The knee drop's probably is actually the better way to do it. You'll get them together if you can, and just do this. Bear in mind they take a lot longer to stand up than other enemies, so you don't want to do your ground upper too early and do it right through them, and doing no damage. So otherwise they'll do this big sort of like backhand slap thing and just really saps your health. Oh, see, that punch is just like a nightmare. Like, it's really annoying, and it just knocks you down every time. As you can see, like, I'm getting killed by like the little foot soldier guys. The difficulty is rising now. Watch out for these grenades. Just don't even try to go past them. Just play it safe. Just wait for them to go off before walking on. You never know. Some enemies might get hurt by them as well if you don't interfere. Bear in mind the sort of travelators on the ground. Like they'll either speed you up or slow you down depending which way they're going. That can sometimes mess up your combos. Like, you can maybe do a move on a on a bit of floor that's going backwards like that, and you might miss because you're scrolling. So be very careful. Be very mindful of which way the floor is moving. Be very stupid by going over those grenades while they're still active. So I was just lucky there. Again, don't use the pole. Just get rid of it. It does more damage than good. You're much better off without it as well. You'll get more points per hit. Just try and get rid of it. Eventually you're getting to the feel for where enemies come from, so it's possible to hit enemies with a thrown weapon off screen. And here, now what you want to do is try and kill every enemy here without going too far to the right. As you saw there, I got hit by the weapon. It sort of made the screen scroll, and again I got thrown there. So now I'm in deep trouble now. Ideally, you want to pick them off one by one before you proceed, but yeah, sometimes you just get caught by an unlucky throw and it messes up the plan. But there's a turkey there, so that's helpful. This bit is annoying as well because of the floor. Like, it can be a real pain because you constantly have to fight. You have to resist the movement. I'm walking very slowly there, and I just got knocked back into that kick. Again, that guy who just jumped off the screen has a kunai in his hand. You want to just get him as soon as possible, knock it out of his hand, and then throw away, because he's lethal with that. Yeah, definitely struggling here a bit because the darker enemies, or the dark blue enemies, are much harder than the light blue ones. So try and get rid of them first if you can. I wouldn't say ignore the light blue ones because they're just as dangerous, but I think the dark blue ones are more proactive. Like, they'll do more special moves at you. Again, with Electras, just try and line them up parallel until they do the whip attack, jump over it, stun them, throw them. By now you should have like a really steady serve. You should start to know how to kill each enemy type quite easily now. Just get rid of this last Electra. There you go. Interesting again, this stage is actually based on the second last stage in the first Streets of Rage. Sorry, tell a lie, it's actually the third last stage in the original Streets of Rage, just sort of factory. And that was where you fought the big fat guys at the end, and they were really difficult. Okay, this is the hardest stage in the game in my opinion. This is a real test of your skill. You're going to see me die a lot here. There's only one chicken, right the way through from this bit here, right the way through to the end of the boss. There's no more health, so you really just have to try your best. And this is the game's only D signal. See the green one? It's the only one of that type in the whole game. I don't know why. It's very, very strange, but I don't even know what the D stands for. It's green, so I don't know. some green colour that starts with D. I'm not sure. Right, so but he's just the same as all the other ones. He's no different. Again, to land on your feet when you get thrown, hold up and jump. You'll land on your feet every single time. This bit's a nightmare. It's still nowhere near as difficult as what's about to happen though. You'll fight these guys, they'll start to swarm you more now. So use your standing super to break out of it. It's really good for crowd control. And now you've got another flying guy to contend with. Just line them up like that, do a flying kick. Much harder when there's a lot of guys around though, I have to admit. So down to 8 lives, but you know, you're going to see me lose a lot more on this stage. It's really difficult. Some runs I do better than others. This so far I'm not doing too good compared to how I usually do, but you know, you have your off days. There we go, done. You can just repeat that sequence over and over until that guy dies. This bit's really difficult. Now these guys all together, again, that guy with the sword, grab it, throw it away, because he just picks it up again like that. And he's much more deadly with it than without it. Just get rid of it. Now, I mean, there's not very much advice I can give you in this bit, honestly, because it becomes a war zone. It just becomes so difficult. The AI spikes dramatically here. The best thing I can say is just keep on doing your grand upper. Just melt down as much of their health as you can, and throw them into each other. Because it's such a small space, you can do that. Do the throw from the front, like that, right through. You can take out like a whole pack of people doing that. I mean, the damage isn't that big, but you know, it all helps, especially in this stage. It really helps just to get that little bit extra. And just try and dodge those kicks. Try and do a grand upper if you can. If you can, you know, I wouldn't advise it, but the best tactic is just to not stand parallel when you do it. Move up or down to dodge it. And yeah, you'll notice by now that I'm repeating a lot of these tips, but you know, they're so crucial. They really are the fundamentals of manipulating the enemies. Now again, this is another lethal combination, these bikers and these kickboxing guys. Again, the kickboxing guys do a little shuffle, and it means they're about to do a flying knee. You can just do the grand upper right through it. I'll try and get one of them to do it. There you go. Just do that right through it, and you'll take a lot of health off. These blue guys actually have a lot of health. Like that one has 2 health bars. In fact, they both do. So yeah, this is really now just about getting as much damage out of your moveset as possible. But I mean, I definitely say, you know, if you're playing Axel, the grand upper is your best friend. It really is just a punishing move. It beats everything. All the other characters have moves. I mean, to do that move, you just press forward, and punch. Every character has a move like that, but this is by far the most effective. Max, for example, has a sliding kick that it will cause multiple hits when you slide through an enemy, but it just stuns them a little bit. It doesn't actually knock them over like the grand upper does. So, for example, I could slide kick through Jack as Max. As soon as the slide kick's finished, he'll just punch me because he's not been knocked over. If you see what I mean. Likewise, Blaze, her forward punch move is like a sort of jumping fireball. It's not bad, but people can knock you out of the air a lot, so you know it's not foolproof. Skates is probably the second best. He does this like charging sort of cannonball thing. It's really weird, but really good for hitting enemies right across the screen as well, because it's got such a good range. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit as I'm getting my ass kicked by these guys. I've only got 5 lives left, and you know, as the rules state, I can't do a continue, so I need to be very careful, because I still have the boss on this stage to go. I mean, again, there's not too much I can tell you at this stage. This really is just hope for the best. Just use everything you've learned so far. Get rid of the weapons as quickly as you can, because they won't help you that much. And just don't panic. I think that's the best advice I can give you. Don't panic. Just remember, all these enemies can be manipulated. Remember how to do it, and just respond to what they do. Just like I said at the start, it's like Pac-Man. Just respond to what the enemies do, and you'll be fine. So these bosses, I mean, they're really annoying because they jump around. They tend not to go parallel with you like the other ones. They actually try to avoid that. But if they do, as you'll see, they extend their like spiked arms. That takes a lot of health off. So what you want to do is just try your best to, I'd say, walk into them diagonally to grab them. But if you hold onto them for too long, they'll electrocute you. So as soon as you grab them, throw them. Don't hesitate, or else you get hurt. So sort of weave round them and grab them, or just do a grand upper. But you know, again, watch for that spiked arm move. That's really difficult. You want to be quick. If you leave it a second longer, you'll get hurt. And they just jump around like crazy. In fact, if you play it on hardest mode, you fight 4 of them at once. That move there is like a sort of laser thing. It shoots from his eye. You can jump over that, just like you can jump over Electra's whip or the ninja's fireball. It's all the same. The same principles apply. And yeah, I mean, I think, you know, they can be really annoying to hit, but just keep moving. You'll get a feel for how to manipulate them. You'll see them jumping around, responding to where you go. And obviously you can do this as well. I'm just going to do this. I don't really care if it looks cheap. You know, we're on the second last stage, and I need every one of these lives now to get past stage 8, because that is also really difficult. So there we go. Stage 8, the final stage coming up.